When a woman pours water, it's not just about physical actions. It's a symbol of emotional openness, her willingness to give, to care, to nurture. But what truly makes a woman open up like that? It's not words, money, or appearance. It's emotional safety, the invisible language of calm, presence, and trust. You see, every woman, no matter how strong or independent she appears, carries an emotional reservoir inside her. But she won't pour that water into a cup that feels unsteady. If you want her emotions, her softness, her care, you must give her safety first. Safety doesn't come from promises, it comes from emotional consistency. When she speaks and you truly listen, when she's vulnerable and you stay grounded, that's when her heart begins to trust you. A woman opens up not because she's weak, but because you've created an environment strong enough to hold her emotions. Female psychology teaches that a woman's emotional expression is her love language. The more emotionally safe she feels, the more nurturing she becomes. That's why the calm man always has more influence than the loud one. His silence doesn't threaten her, it invites her to pour. When she shares something emotional, don't rush to fix it. Don't tell her what to do. Just listen. Say, I understand, and mean it. That simple validation has a psychological impact. It tells her subconscious, you are safe here. And safety is what activates her feminine energy. She becomes fluid, open, and emotionally generous, just like water. Most men misunderstand women's emotions. They think emotional intensity is drama, but to a woman, emotion is communication. If you react with calm understanding instead of frustration, she'll subconsciously trust you more. She'll start revealing parts of herself no one else sees. That's when she starts to pour, not because you forced her to, because you allowed her to feel. Emotional maturity is the key. You don't control her emotions. You hold space for them. You don't demand her openness. You earn it with presence. The one sure way to make her pour water, to make her open up, is to give her emotional safety. The kind of safety that doesn't judge, doesn't rush, and doesn't withdraw when she becomes emotional. When it comes to understanding feminine psychology, emotional safety stands as the foundation of everything. A woman can only open up, express her feelings, and show her true self when she feels genuinely safe in your energy. Emotional safety doesn't mean you agree with everything she says or that you never have disagreements. It means that she knows deep inside that no matter what she shares, you won't use it against her, mock her, or withdraw your affection. It's the invisible feeling of security that tells her, I can relax here. When that feeling exists, her energy changes. She softens. Her tone shifts. Her heart begins to open naturally, and she starts to express herself in a more nurturing and vulnerable way. That is the essence of what it means to make her pour water. It's when she feels safe enough to flow emotionally instead of holding everything inside. Many men underestimate how deeply women are wired to seek emotional safety before they can connect romantically or physically. A woman's emotions are her primary communication system, and those emotions need a safe environment to breathe. If she feels criticized, misunderstood, or emotionally unsafe, she retreats, becomes guarded, and stops expressing herself. But when she feels accepted and emotionally secure, she opens her inner world without resistance. Psychology teaches us that women's emotional openness is closely tied to their sense of security. When safety is present, their nurturing and affectionate nature flows effortlessly. But when fear or emotional instability is present, that flow freezes. It's not rejection, it's self-protection. To create emotional safety, you must first understand what it looks like. It's not about promising her you'll never hurt her, because even the best relationships have moments of pain. It's about showing her consistently that even during conflict, she's emotionally safe with you. That means listening without trying to win, speaking without attacking, and holding space for her emotions without trying to fix them instantly. Women don't open up to those who silence their feelings. They open up to those who hold space for them. It's in that calm, understanding energy that she feels she can pour emotionally and spiritually. Think of emotional safety like the soil in which trust grows. Without that soil, no seed of affection or intimacy can survive. You might have attraction, chemistry, or even love, but it won't last if she doesn't feel emotionally secure. When she senses that her vulnerability won't be used against her, she'll begin to share more of herself. She'll talk about her fears, her past, her dreams, and not because you asked her to, but because her spirit feels safe enough to flow. That's when she starts to see you differently. She sees not just a man she likes, but a man she can trust. And trust, in a woman's mind, is the deepest form of connection. One of the greatest mistakes men make is confusing emotional safety with approval. You don't have to agree with her emotions to make her feel safe. You simply have to validate that her emotions are real to her. For instance, if she's upset about something small, saying, "I can understand why that bothered you," does far more than saying, "That's not a big deal." To her, emotional dismissal feels like rejection, but emotional acknowledgement feels like connection. The goal isn't to fix her emotions, it's to create a container strong enough for her to express them without fear. When a woman feels emotionally unsafe, she either shuts down or becomes defensive. You'll see it in her body language: crossed arms, silence, avoidance, or emotional distance. But when she feels emotionally safe, she does the opposite. She leans in. She becomes playful. Her eyes soften, her tone changes, and her energy starts to flow in a more feminine way. That's the exact state in which a woman gives naturally. She nurtures, she supports, she shows affection, and she expresses her caring nature. It's the natural rhythm of feminine energy, but it only awakens when emotional safety is present. What creates emotional safety is not perfection, but consistency. When she sees that your reaction remains steady even when she's emotional, her trust deepens. When she sees that you listen without judgment, her openness expands. When she feels that you don't withdraw affection during disagreement, her love strengthens. This doesn't mean you become overly passive or always agreeable. It means you stay emotionally grounded. The calmness in your tone, the patience in your eyes, and the steadiness of your